It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and for the next 30 minutes, we're going to bring you the theme park related topics or subjects. They're mostly from Walt Disney World in our case, and you in the chat will drive the conversation. Jen is making a face at me. Are you making a face at me right now?
No, I am seeing this mark on the wall here because the kids apparently put this chair too close to the wall and have made a mark. So I'm like, what is that? What's happening? Sorry.
What is this line? It's like the Steve Martin arrow.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Just through my neck here. What's happening?
Well, anyway, we got the three topics or subjects. I was going to throw it to Jen first because she had a beef with a certain TV special that was on recently. I
don't know if I have my list ready, but
can you go on the record?
All right, so there's a few things if I remember off the top of my head, and it was mostly in like the first part of it because I feel like as it went on, I was like, all right, I'm into this again. Not that I wasn't into it, but whatever. One, when they're talking about Epcot and they're mentioning the fountain, right? The fountain. Right. And then they're like, it was the best day of my life. And they got, I can't remember who said it. And it was his, anyway, I just had another thought that popped in my head and it distracted me. And he got all
angry over a 2020 special.
I can't. And he got all choked up and he was like, it was the best day of my life. And I'm like, and then you got rid of it. And then you got rid of the fountain. And now it doesn't exist anymore. So that was one. Two, you're mentioning #AlwaysMGM, which I'm loving. First of all, we need to go back to our 1990 footage to see if Kevin Richardson from Backstreet Boys was one of our tour guides. That would be amazing. But you say, hey, this was a real working studio. You're not going to mention the Mickey Mouse Club? That's two. How are you not mentioning the Mickey Mouse Club? I know you're trying to make this quick and touch on only certain things, but you said it was a working studio. That was there every day for years. You're not going to mention it? Okay. And there was and just the talking about the Great Movie Ride in general, because first of all, that footage of the Great Movie Ride, I'm like, why does this look so old? Because I just it felt very old in that footage. And I'm like, look how great this ride was. Again, you got rid of it. So I was really upset by seeing things that were no longer there and taken away for no reason at all or not getting the credit it deserved. That's all. There's probably more, but I don't know. There's probably
it's
more.
Only a 30-minute show we do here. Well, that's it. But good morning to everyone in the chat.
Yes,
so welcome aboard. We have the three topics presented. These are topics that we did not talk about on Theme Park Thursday, the podcast this week. Our guest this week was Disney Junior's Genevieve Goings. She's got a new Christmas EP coming out on November 12th. Make sure to check it out because it's always a crazy, crazy time with Genevieve. It's a fun time. So here are the three topics or subjects. Topic number one, breaking news. Breaking news like an hour ago. Thanks Disney Parks for announcing this prior to our live stream so we didn't outdate ourselves immediately. Mark your calendar for the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, January 14th through the 21st of February. Topic number two, the celebrity processional. It's not a cruise ship thing. It's a Disney thing. They started announcing the candlelight processional celebrities. I thought we could take a little bit of a tangent, talk about celebrities that one, we would like to see do the candlelight processional. Two, celebrities that we just connect to Disney. Whether they deserve the connection or not remains to be seen. And then topic number three, maybe one you haven't heard of that much, but connects to us here in New York City. It's the Soul of Jazz, an American adventure, which is coming to New York City, but is taking visitors on a tour as they discover the history of jazz. This is connected to Disney Pixar's Soul. So that is coming up here in the next coming months. And I thought we'd take a little bit of time to talk about that since it's going to hit us here in New York City, which means we have to go and do a vlog, I think.
Obviously.
Damn, we obviously. Oh,
How's
there
your
is an
vlogs
honor.
going?
The vlogs are going really well. I'm building them up all inside my head. Honorable mention. We live in a world of Genie Plus now. So if anyone wants to just talk about that along the way, please do so.
We're here for it.
Place your bets. Everyone place your bets.
Place the numbers. What would you like to see? First, if you're new here, just what order would you like to see the news topics in?
A little 1, 2, 3.
Jeffers 3A. And 1, 2. Can you put them in order, Jeffers? Come on. What is that? That's not helpful.
I don't know what A is.
789.
789.
Nate.
Nate Hardy.
All right.
I need to have a sidebar with you, Nate Hardy.
Oh, sidebar time. 312. 312. I feel like there are 3 312s. So that might be the winner.
There's 3 312s?
3 312s, yes.
There's 3 312s. Okay,
Right.
Does that mean 3 first?
3 people have voted for 312. Yes.
312.
Dave is saying 45, 56, and 1. Dave?
What? Dave.
It's really nice to see you here, Dave, by the way. Thanks.
Dave is hype for his upcoming trip because he's all over it. I see him everywhere now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
To see Dave everywhere again.
He's getting ready.
So this is it. It's the Soul of Jazz, an American adventure coming to museums across the country. Like I said, it's going to explore the history of jazz. The exhibit was first introduced at the American Adventure inside Epcot, so you may have seen it already. A celebration of the magic that happens when we create together. Starting October 26th and into the following year, the exhibit will come to 3 museums across the country. The New Orleans... do you say New Orleans or New Orleans? I go both ways on that too.
I go both ways, yeah.
Yeah. The New Orleans Jazz Museum. The New Orleans Jazz Museum in New Orleans. The American Jazz Museum in Kansas City. And the National Jazz Museum here in Harlem. Walt Disney Imagineering partnered with these local museums to recreate an Epcot experience for visitors and residents to enjoy in their hometown, illustrating the legacy each region impressed upon jazz's dynamic history and an evolving culture. I think this is a long storytelling thing where we're going to see Pixar's Soul become one of the benchmarks of the Pixar library. Like, I think that's where we're really headed. I mean, that's what jumps out at me right out of the gate. Is that between with the statue being part of the 50 golden statues and this exhibit here, I'm all about trying to find ways to bring a Disney experience to other areas. I think even going back to when we were kids, I think that's been for better or for worse in some instances, whether we're talking about Disney stores or just Disney live events, Disney on Ice, whatever you want to talk about there. But something like this, I think this is what I want to see more of. I want to see Disney IPs, Pixar IPs, Marvel IPs, Star Wars IPs be used like this. So that was, so that's where we are. Oh, Dr. Jacqueline has feelings.
Yeah, Dr. Jacqueline, I would like you to go on, please.
Yeah, maybe I'm not using benchmark correctly. What am I? A pillar? A pillar maybe is what I want more of.
Sure. When will it be coming to a museum near us? It's going to be in Harlem. Do we have a date on that?
I think it makes it seem like that's the third stop. So let me see. In February 2022, it will come to the National Jazz Museum in New York City.
I know someone in the chat is coming to New York next month, so I was wondering if there would be an overlap there. Apparently not.
Not. But that means that person will have to come back in February.
All right. I'm waiting for the same person we're talking about to get into details. But I'm liking this, and I'm excited to go. I do wish it was kind of happening sooner. All right. Not the strongest entry in the Pixar catalog, in my opinion, at all. Happy to see more Pixar, Disney, etc. cultural offerings outside of movies, though, for sure. Okay, fair.
Yeah, I think, and it's hard because I don't know if I had watched the movie first in with an audience, would I feel I know what she's saying, and I know how I felt when I watched it. It was a good movie, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it was missing that extra layer because it didn't have a shared experience in a movie theater. I don't know. And maybe I just have to go back and watch it again. I think I've seen it twice. But it was better than Inside Out to me. So
You know what? Let's not go there. Lewis says, I would prefer to leave Pixar out of real history. If you have less than 100 hours to talk about jazz or so many types of music, it doesn't fit. Maybe to bring kids in, maybe. I mean, yeah, there could be a little family atmosphere they're trying to do and to kind of bring a new generation and a new appreciation to it, maybe.
Well, and how I talk about it all the time is like I would not be into classical music if not for the original Illuminations 1988 style. Like I was like, what's this piece? What's that piece? On the electrical water pageant when they used to have Handel's water music, I wanted to know what that piece was.
Yeah.
So to me, Disney opened doors to other things just by hearing or watching or whatever. So I guess where I like this idea, where I'm in favor of this, reaches to that for sure.
Right. So Nate, are you not in favor of this?
No, I think that's from you.
Well,
You're
me. People getting their music from YouTube and TikTok. Not that they are bad, but that's true. Frank and I, we don't know what the kids are listening to these days except for TikTok. So then when something pops up on the radio, we're like, this is a TikTok song. What this is.
It's sad. I don't listen to the radio that much. I don't drive that much. I live in New York City.
Yeah.
So when I get in the car and I put on Light FM 106.7 WLTW, when it's not the 24 hours of Christmas every day, starting in a couple of weeks, it's, I was in the car for, I think, a half an hour a couple weeks ago, and it was every song. I was like, oh, that's a TikTok song. That's a TikTok. Like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I also
you're
just,
mad at, okay, sorry.
just to add, is the Many Saints of Newark, which is the Sopranos movie that just came out, had like kind of a jazz tie-in, and it was a fascinating scene to me that I think that's also it's fresh in my brain now about where's everyone learning about jazz these days? Where are they learning about this style of music?
What is this true, Nate Hardy? All right, we gotta check that
Oh
out.
no!
Okay.
Oh gosh!
TikTok is all about classical music.
Well,
Sure.
the classics.
And Nate was also mad at your Inside Out feelings. We
Okay.
all are, Nate. We all are. So.
It's a good movie.
Don't
It's not even it's the equivalent of the sixth theme park that the Animal Kingdom is chronologically.
No.
Anyway, should we move on?
Well, let's move on.
Breaking news. Should
we play the foghorn for breaking news from now on?
I know, maybe in the future. I'll add that next week.
Yeah.
The new year will be here before you know it, and now is the time to plan your visit to the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, debuting January 14th. It's running through the 21st. There's more good news. The Disney on Broadway concert series is returning for this year's festival, where you can see some of your favorite entertainers perform Disney songs live at the American Gardens Theater. This is a very American Adventure episode
It is.
Theme Park Thursday Live. Everything is connected, isolated to this one area. During the festival, as always, art lovers of ages can enjoy inspirational experiences such as including but not limited to culinary delights from food studios around food studios. Is that what we're calling them now? Food studios? The wonderful world of colorful cuisine, a fun food stroll featuring 5 delicious sweet and savory treats, chalk artists, photo ops, paint by number mural, Figment's brush with the master's scavenger hunt. Ooh. Figment's name on anything is a win. Performance and visual artists and special festival merch. I feel, and I've said it before as well, that Festival of the Arts has overtaken Food and Wine as everyone's favorite festival.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, because I feel like when Food and Wine started getting way too crazy in terms of crowds, and then they would raise the prices and make the drinks smaller. And all these things started happening when then all these other festivals are going on. So you have Festival of the Arts, you have Flower and Garden, where you're still getting kind of food and wine with it, tied into something else. So now you have this art aspect. Now you have the Flower and Garden Festival. Whatever it is, it's taken Food and Wine to a new level, I think, as well.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think people's expectations of Food and Wine got so high that it never met those expectations anymore. And Festival of the Arts is kind of like, oh, it's after Christmas. It's kind of like the cool breeze after the Christmas crazy. I just made that phrase up. Put that on a T-shirt. The cool breeze after Christmas. We are Dillos Diz. The cool breeze after your Christmas crazy.
And soon to a holiday shop near you.
And I just feel like, when you visit that time of year, it's a little more relaxed. It's not as hot. I feel like there's more time to breathe at that time of year. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it's just started hitting all the right marks. Lexi is not happy about the dates. I'm not going to pull up her comment here.
Yeah. There's an inappropriate word in Lexi's comment we cannot show on this family show. But I get that too, that they're kind of, they're not overlap. So many things overlap, which is kind of nice. Like I used to like when Food and Wine would overlap with the Osborne Christmas lights, and I used to try to go that weekend so I could get the best of both worlds. So I get where she's coming from with that.
Yeah. So what other comments we have? Oh, Jeffers is leaving. Bye, Jeffers. We'll see you.
Bye, Jeffers. Have fun at work. Thanks for stopping.
Festival of Arts is her favorite. Dr. Val right there. Lewis.
Disconnect with the.
I think that's it. I think that's a fair point where and it's kind of all of these kind of things where they put the concerts there, even the ones during Food and Wine, and it goes all the way back to when when Universal started doing the Mardi Gras concerts. That's what I remember. That you wish that there'd be again more of that connection. I talked to this a little bit with Steffers on an upcoming episode of Adventures with Steffers. Stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned. They finally recorded their episode, everybody.
What I didn't tell Steffers is that I had a raging fever while I was recording that episode.
She told me you guys talked a lot, and then you told me I wasn't on my game because I had a fever. I was like, what? These are two different stories I'm hearing. What happened?
No, I think we talked about a lot, but I know that I wish I would have kept my thought. It's me. So my thoughts are never going to be in any sort of normal sequence. Mm-hmm. But I felt a little more scrambled because low-grade fever. I shouldn't say a raging fever. It wasn't like it was in triple digits. It was just right under the 100 mark there.
It was happening.
It was enough to go, why am I sweating for an hour and a half?
Right. It's like that scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall where did you ever see that movie? Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes. I'm angry about Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, of course you are. That's right. One day we'll have to talk about what makes you angry in movies. But yeah,
I enjoy that. It's a good movie, but it does have a trope that I do not.
You do not appreciate. But there's a scene where he's like sweating. He's like, I feel like I have some sort of fever, and I always think of that anytime. Anyway, Lewis, you're not a Broadway musical person, but do you want to see a Dillos Diz musical episode? I thought you were on board for that. If not, Lewis, that's okay, and we will go along with that.
We will happily step back from the idea of a future Dillos Diz musical.
Yeah, exactly. But I am happy that there is the Broadway tie-in in Epcot. That is nice. I enjoy that piece.
Well, and again, and I feel like they could do a better job. No, I should pay a little more attention to it to see if I really feel this way. But, bring in Broadway to Disney so like people visiting know like, oh, if I go visit New York, I should go see the Disney musicals. Like, I feel like there needs to be more of, like, why does everything have to sell me on something? I get that too.
Yeah.
I just want a little more balance there, somewhere meet in the middle, just a little bit there.
Yes. You sound like you're from London. You are correct, Dr. Jacqueline. That is from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And Samantha Monorail has swayed Lewis. You know what? That's Samantha Monorail. She's an influencer. And when it comes to musicals, it's not in the best way. So,
I really thought Hamilton was going to turn her around. And when she said she'd even make it to the second act, I was like, oh,
man. Why haven't I gone viral with my Hamilton reel? Come on. What's happening?
I've seen other people do what you did in that TikTok. And it was pretty good. Pretty good. Topic number 2, because we're
Nonsense.
going out of order. If you just jumped in and go, why is this the third topic? And it's topic number 2. It's because the chat drives the conversation.
That's right.
It is the celebrity professional, the celebrity professional, the celebrity processional. Well, I can't say it.
You can't say it.
Celebrity narrators return to the candlelight processional along with other joyous traditions during Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, presented by Advent Health. So who's on the list so far? Did they make it official?
Can I guess some?
Yeah, I don't know if there's an official list here yet. Oh yeah, there's a couple. Not many.
All right.
Couple.
Neil Patrick Harris.
He's not currently not listed, but you know it's going to happen.
He's going to be there, right?
You're not going to name anybody on this list.
Oh man! All right.
They include Cheetah Rivera, Jody Benson, Lisa Ling, your favorite, and Pat Sajak are on this list so far.
Why is Lisa Ling my favorite?
The View. We talk about
The View.
right
that
now,
would be your favorite then.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's right. Not anymore. Once Meredith Vieira left that show, that was it for me. So first of all, yes, who can we assume will join this list?
Right.
In the next month or so, because Christmas is here before you know it.
Yeah.
You got Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes.
Go ahead. And you want to guess who else will be on this list?
Oh, can we see some John Stamos? Will he?
Stamos? I assume Stamos will be on this list.
I feel like
Whoopi
Stamos
Goldberg.
Is everywhere, no? Whoopi? Yeah. Trying to think. I don't know if they're going to throw in Candace Cameron Bure, are they? Because she's getting controversial lately, and I don't know.
Well, is that a Hallmark Disney? Is it too Christmassy? Is it too
much to cross over? Right. Yeah. Stamos.
Warwick Davis. All right, that's a good one. But what other celebrities do you like? For years, like Regis, we love Regis because we always associated Regis with Disney. Like that is part of how Regis became like my king. So,
well, I mean, but then you're not gonna see like Seacrest.
Yeah, no Seacrest.
Well,
I don't want to see
on Christmas Day. So I mean,
I really try to stay away from. I can't with Seacrest. I can't.
I know you're not.
Speaking of. No one bash Ryan Seacrest here on Theme Park Thursday Live. There's no time for that.
We'll never.
Shaggy. All right, Dr. Jacqueline, get some Shaggy.
All right, that'd be good.
I think this is a good choice. I'd like to see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just in time for the Book of Boba Fett in December.
Who would we call B-list, Lewis?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Lewis, stop making Dr. Val so sad this morning.
Why are you being sad? Who else would you associate these days with? I mean, and that's the thing, right? You can't talk about celebrities everywhere. It's like, oh, do they have something against them? Are they still in the picture? Are they still part of society?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Neil Patrick Harris to me at this point, like, is constant with the processional. Yeah. I feel like that's the auto tie-in.
Like Wayne Brady. Like, does he? I think he does.
I like Wayne Brady. Yeah. Has he gotten off the Disney train a little bit? I don't know.
I feel like, here's the thing, because here in New York City, there is a Lin-Manuel Miranda produced improv musical called Freestyle Love Supreme. And they do something different every night, and they have guests, and there's a whole group, like Christopher Jackson, who is the voice of Moana's father, the singing voice of Moana.
Yes.
Both voices? Both. At least the singing voice.
George Washington.
James Monroe Englehart is part of that group, even though he's in Hamilton right now. Sometimes he comes over and does the show, who won the Tony for the genie in Aladdin on Broadway. And so there's also those ties, but the one I just lost who I was thinking. Oh, but Wayne Brady is like part of that group. He was on the Tonys with Lin-Manuel. Okay. So I feel like there's kind of like there's these concentric circles happening, or what are the interlocking circles called? What are they called, Jen?
What? That's like a math term, so I don't know.
Jacqueline, can you help me out?
Like
what's the two circles that link? It looks like a Venn diagram, but they're called.
Isn't it a Venn diagram? No,
maybe.
Christina Aguilera and Josh Gad have been mentioned. Listen, we're pushing for a Christina Aguilera residency at this point. So
listen, this is what we want. We want residencies in Disney World.
Yes.
Did you just Josh Gad real quick? Did you see that there? It was kind of the thing last week with that they're going to have the shorts with him recreating all the Disney animated films. Have you seen that?
I did not see that.
How he does Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. He's going to do for all different Disney movies. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Venn diagram, Dr. Jacqueline saying, Nate is saying concentric circles.
Is it concentric? Is it concentric? Is it co and con? Are they both words?
We're getting to the end of the episode, everybody.
Yeah, the other thing we think about how to just because we have 4 minutes left before we take it over to DillosDizResort.com for the TPT Live post show. DillosDizResort.com. Patreon memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. That $1 gets you into our one channel Discord. Hello. And then we were supposed to have a book club today. Frank forgot to do the book this week because life. And so I've delayed it officially 1 week. Didn't tell Jen. I posted it at midnight in the Discord.
Yeah. So here's what happened when I was going on my rambling this morning about all my beef I had with the 2020 special. That's the thought when I said, "Oh, I just had a thought that popped into my head that ruined it." That was it. I went, "Oh man, the book that I forgot," and then I saw all the comments saying that you had delayed it. So
during the Late Show with Stephen Colbert last night, I'm falling asleep on the couch here, like I do during the monologue. Yeah. And he's like, when we come back, the book club. And like, I popped up like the Undertaker. I was like, oh no,
book club is tomorrow.
We slept in. So it is totally my fault, but that's what's happening over at DillosDizResort.com. I'm getting closer to the restructure, everyone. Maybe November 1st, maybe. And before we go, we live in a world of Genie Plus now and Lightning Lane and all the things. What have been your observations that you may have seen in social media or experienced? Please drop them in the comments before we go, because honestly, I'm still confused and I have no desire to use this service. I'm going to say it straight up.
Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot of TikToks, obviously. The end. That's the period at the end of the sentence. About Genie Plus and people utilizing it, and absolute confusion. And bypassing the lines. I saw one TikTok saying like what the posted time was versus what they waited, and I get it, but it's like I don't know. I still don't see myself using it unless there was a new ride or something. But then I think everyone would be using it. But like we said, unless it was Rise of the Resistance, so Mr. Snidillo could go on it, sure. But otherwise, I don't know. But it's also different because we have said plenty of times, for us, we've been on everything. We don't have to go on rides when I go there. So I'm also not going to Disney like I better get on these rides and I'll do whatever I can to do it. But I understand for those people that don't go to Disney often and want to take advantage, that makes sense. But
I totally agree. I mean, do I see it to make sure I get on Tron when Tron opens? That like I have to make sure I get on Tron. Will I do it to make sure I get on the Guardians? Maybe not as much as Tron, but probably. Right. So I might choose to do it those days. John's talking about touring plans. I know touring plans walking into the park today. It's like the Old West. Yeah. Like, the old gun battle happening today over in the park.
Lewis says, so you are there. You can wait 10 minutes for 60 for all that you want to do, and you won't drop 15. No. But again, this is me, and I have been to Disney plenty of times, and I've walked into parks, and I haven't gone on anything. And I've been okay with it. So like, that's a personal thing for me, but I totally get why people would do it if they really want to be getting on these rides, or you're going certain times of year or whatever it is. But
and that question's asked to us as not annual pass holders currently. Now, if I have the annual pass, would I consider 15? It depends. Like if I know, what it's been going on all week and I want to make sure I get, I don't know, that's where I am. But when you're talking about like, I'm going for 2 days and I'm already dropping ridiculous dynamic prices. I don't know about dropping another 15 on top of that.
Right. But I'm also never saying never. I if it was really crazy in the parks or something, or something was really bad, maybe. I don't know. Never say never.
Yeah. I never say never. So, and I mean, I'm conditioned to wait in lines at this point. So that's the other part of it too.
Yeah.
All right. That was a lot to cover here in 30 minutes on Theme Park Thursday Live. But thanks so much for joining the chat. I will give you this opportunity at this time to like this YouTube channel and then go over to social media and tag 5 of your friends to check out today. I don't know. I'm just saying things out loud. and do all the things to tell your friends that we're here every Thursday at 10 a.m., probably except for Thanksgiving. Next Thursday is birthday eve, as it were. So who knows what kind of mood I'll be in next week.
And next week's episode of Theme Park Thursday will be all about Frank's birthday. Just FYI.
Gosh.
Stay tuned.
But make sure you
that.
check out today's Theme Park Thursday podcast. And we will see you over at DillosDizResort.com. Until that time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Bye. Deuces.